The following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.
Hello everyone, we have made it. I am your host G-Man, and this afternoon it's going to be the final match of the June Gelato finale. We had 48 competitors come into this tournament, again increasing again from tournament 2, and now we are down to our final 2 here, and we will be crowning a new champion here in the regular season to secure a spot in the D2 championship. It will be the winner of the MRE UNO region, 5th seeded Goldie, going up against the winner of the Baklava region, 8th seeded Whitespider. They will go head to head in this finale clash, and it's going to be one you don't want to miss because this is a New Jersey versus New York rivalry, which is a matchup that this league has been built upon, and I believe this is also the first time this matchup is happening in the finale. So before we jump into it, let's take a look at each player's path to get here. We're going to start with the regional pass and then jump to the Final Four bracket. So we're going to start with the Goldie, who's the higher seed. Both these players had to go through the play-in. Goldie ended up being 19-8 to this point. Swept the Whitespider 3-0 in the play-in. Whitespider really didn't stand much of a chance there. Was able to take out Daniel Voiles, which was one of the preseason favorites. But Voiles, fortunately, in a tough spot this season going to tournament 4, but Goldie was able to take care of business there. Barely hung on against Ryan Reed, had a really close call there, but was able to survive in advance. Took out Ryan Reed, who took out the number 1 seed at this tournament, Stefan, and then was able to take care of business against Sky in a very convincing 4-1 victory. Got the job done and made it to their first Final Four. And then on the other side here, Whitespider, I mean, the record speaks for itself, 19-3. I mean, they have been absolutely dominant in their region. Those 3 losses only happened in the Final Four, but they defeated Rookie Science Tide at 3-0 in the play-in, defeated Background 3-0 in the round of 32. Background's unfortunate luck has still not escaped him from the airport airwave. He's still hoping to get back on track for Tournament 4. Was able to defeat Rune 4-0 in the regional semifinal, and then defeated Rana, who also kind of had a pop-up tournament 4-0 in the regional final. The fuel ran out there for Rana, but Whitespider had an absolute dominant run in his region, going 14-0. And then we're going to jump to our Final Four bracket here. We had Alex and Goldie go at it first. A really competitive match, was going back and forth. Goldie was able to nab it away, win, and run away from there to win that 5-3. Got the job done. Alex, unfortunately, just comes up short after being so determined to try to win the tournament. Made it to the Final Four, but only came up a little short. And then on the other end, we had Whitespider and Jav go at it. This had some scheduling difficulties, but we did get the matchup done. Match went back and forth for a bit. Jav was able to nab 3 off Whitespider, which put him in a precarious spot, but Whitespider was still able to get the job done and win that matchup also 5-3. And now these 2 are going head-to-head in the final. Again, it is New Jersey versus New York. This is a matchup a lot of people really like to see in this league. I mean, we look at our D1 and main league commissioner, KT. This is probably one of his favorite matchups in terms of state battles in the entire league. I don't really think there's anything that gets better than this for him. And I mean, again, this is the stuff that was the groundwork for this league, this New Jersey-New York rivalry. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. I know both these players are probably not having that at the forefront of their mind, but that is something to note, and it could play a factor into this match if it gets down to it. Okay, let's jump up to the stream here. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host Yoshi. We have quite a crowd here today for this final. Again, not sure one of our officials just explaining the whole thing to our players for some power play questions, but I'm going to hand it over to Yoshi here. I mean, both these players have had quite the tournament here. Goldie entered this tournament 1-2. Whitespider debuted in April and had a DQ win in the play-in and didn't really do much in the round of 32. Uh, I mean, what do you think of both these players' journeys to get here? And they've both clearly established a style they like to go with here. So, how do you think trying to control the game and controlling the pace really is going to affect how this outcome comes and who ends up winning this June Gelato?
I think these two players aren't particularly fast or slow. I feel like their pace is just kind of what you would expect from an average player, but obviously, I think they could slow it down when necessary or speed it up when necessary. They're very going with the flow in terms of pace. I feel like you're gonna try their usual pace and then maybe switch it up if they feel like it's not working. There's, but I think the main strategy is going to come down to what the cards are given to them. I think for Whitespider, he's gotten a lot of good stuff in general. I mean, in the final four, he definitely had to fight for the win. So he has to kind of expect that, this is probably going to be a long series, and he has to just find a way to kind of do what he did in the final four. Make sure he gets it done. Knows that he didn't he didn't even use the power play when he should have. Didn't really matter in the end, but Goldie's gonna use it. Goldie's definitely gonna use it well. So it's really gonna come down to keeping that in mind and making sure that you have an effective use of the power play, and maybe saving it to the end will cause you to forget it, so you may want to use it earlier. There's a lot that I feel like these two are definitely still experimenting on when is the best time to use the power play, and usually it's just dependent on how the series goes. So we're gonna see who gets the early lead here and if they can keep that going, because I think we saw Goldie be behind at first and found something to seal the lead and eventually win the whole thing. So Goldie is not unfamiliar with coming back. So White Spider's gonna have to make sure that he still, if he takes the lead early, doesn't keeps focused on the game. But yeah, there's a lot going on with these players. These two have a good strategy from either. They both established a good strategy overall.
Yeah, I mean, for both, we see with Whitespider, he usually likes running these games pretty quickly, and he did that a lot in his region. But that's not to say that's the only way he could sell, because I think he really got tested in that Final Four matchup because the pace was absolutely not going the way he needed it to. And we definitely saw that in some of the games where he was kind of struggling to get the match won, but he was still able to get the job done. So Whitespider, obviously someone who likes that quicker pace, but he still can fight in those longer endurance-based battles. Goldie, definitely someone who's I would say above average in keeping the game going longer. I mean, definitely can run it quick, but you'll definitely see some more calculated, more calculations and thinking from Goldie when it comes to each play. Some of it's going to be quick, some of it's going to be short, but I think for the most part, this is going to be somewhere where some of these games could go quick, some of these games could go really short, and we'll have to see what happens. But I'll see. I'm not sure if Short can speak, but I'll get some quick comments from him here since he is one of our comm members. I mean, I think you've seen most of this tournament so far. I think you've seen both these players grow throughout it. What's the biggest thing that's impressed you from both Goldie and Whitespider when it comes to getting to this point after what you've seen them do throughout this tournament?
Well, for Whitespider, I mean, he's just bludgeoned everybody. I mean, he had that undefeated streak. Finally, found some game losses in that Final Four match, but that doesn't mean he's anywhere near like different from that. He's definitely going to show up today. And Goldie, I mean, she's done a great job had a tough road to run through there for sure. And I think also this tournament overall is really like some of these newer players have started to break into the scene. I mean, like none of the top seeds, none of those Final Four players made it very far this time around. as this field in the division continues to grow, we're only going to see more faces emerge. But like, it's going to be interesting to see what these two have today. It'll be a fun one to watch. Obviously, you got that New York New Jersey battle factor in there as well. But looking forward to see these two play, and also you talk about promotion being on the table here. Gives you have a strong shot at promotion with a win here. So we'll have to see uh, how they take that in consideration as well. Obviously, it's about getting the win. That's what I've learned from most of the people in the relegation battle up in D1. Excuse me. Every guy I ask, like you're at one win, you're in the relegation battle, and they're just focused on getting the dub, and that's what they're going to be today. So overall, just been great job from both these guys, and yeah, Whitespider repping that Baklava region. Wish it could have been me, but good for him as well. So excited to watch.
I mean, yeah, you definitely mentioned about the promotion relegation. Obviously, the relegation doesn't really matter here in D2. We don't have a D3, and there's no plans to really have one in the near future.
Oh yeah,
But
it's yeah, but gee, it's all about the mindset. It's about the mindset of just getting the win. It's not necessarily thinking about like if I win, I could get promoted. Like that's not way. Any good player here is going to not let that weigh on them. They're going to focus on the game at hand, and that's what I'm comparing it to relegation because that's what's applicable in D1. D2, it's obviously promotion, and you got those spots up for grabs. And winning a tournament gives you a very strong shot at that. Obviously, finishing top 8 in D2 champ. So, yeah, it's. But the main point I'm trying to give is it's about the game at hand for them, and that's what they got to focus on if they want to get it done today.
I mean, yeah, I definitely got that point. I was just saying for our viewers here who may not know that, again, this technically has this league has promotion relegation. We have D1, D2. This is D2 here, so
Yes,
this players really fighting for promotion here. D2 championship, 8 of the 12 players will get promoted from that. And to be honest, based on how it's looking, it could potentially be more based on how a few things go. But yeah, I mean, just making the D2 championship gives you a really good shot here, and this is a guaranteed berth here, so getting a win is huge. So we'll see what both these players do. But before we jump into the action, just like to see if our players have any quick words before the game starts. I mean, it's been a long journey here. I know both these players have been through many situations, some very tense and stressful, but they're here at this point. No, winners guarantee a spot in the D2 championship.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's a very you have a very strong case because you have the top 4 getting a bye, right? And at least for the moment, you look pretty strong to be there if you win. Obviously, since 2 auto bids are vacated because of Tapir moving up, that's a whole different story. But like I said, you have a very strong chance. Not saying it's 100%, but it's a strong chance. Yeah, that's pretty much right. Yeah, because like you have seeds 1 through 4 who will get the bye into the round. So basically, if you're top 4 seed, you get in. But obviously, if you're 5 or below, you got to win to get into that top 8 scenario.
8 are getting relegated from T1. There's
8 are getting relegated. 12 are going to be in the battle for it. 4 will save themselves. The other 8 will get relegated.
Yeah. Okay, but let's try to get this back on track with the finale.
Yeah, talk about the game at hand. That's what I'm saying. Apologies for sidetracking us, but yeah, it's about the game at hand. That's what we should be talking about here.
All right, but any last comments about the game, the finale here? Like I say, or both players ready to get started? Also, both players are going to be typing out their comments for this one. So, Goldie's ready, and
I'm ready.
Whitespider wanted to speak. If you had anything, Whitespider.
Yeah, no, nothing really. Just good luck to you, Goldie.
All right. So I think we're ready to get this going. June Gelato finale. We are going to be underway. Going to hand it to Yoshi for the game 1 call MCSR. Best of 9, 1 power play. We'll see who gets the job done. Yoshi, take it away.
All right, let's do this, Goldie. You got the call for game 1. What are you going to go for? Yeah, going in the middle here. 10 to start. Really, it's been an interesting tournament. Like, we've seen a lot of players surprisingly lose and surprisingly get far. The winner of this, I mean, these two deserve to get here, I feel. So whoever wins, it's gonna be fair. It's gonna be fair. But we start with the red 5.
Blue 6, quick
White.
pace going right away. That's a quick switch early.
Yeah. I guess they more so like to go fast in comparison to slow, I think.
And Goldie doesn't have much there. That switch really did not help them there. Only had the blue 8 to play. And Whitespider with another switch here. I mean, Whitespider's already taken quick control here, trying to go quick. We've seen this a lot from him before. Goldie's going to have to find a way to try to disrupt this in any way they can.
Yeah, might be thinking about the card differential there, and wow, double plays to tie it back up.
Whitespider's still with the possession arrow, though, but is pretty much even at this point. Another light switch to green. That's gonna be that's Pandora's already.
All four.
Interesting start for game 1 here. Whitespider going with a lot of light switches. Goldie's still able to play it here. We just gotta see what Whitespider does with this. Plays the green 6, so that was another 6 on that, or 3. I mean, just running the green at this point. And another switch back to the red.
Now it's gonna come down to if Whitespider had any left.
Ooh, didn't have any. Had the reverse, but that's all they could put down. That's a good play there. The 5 was drawn on before, and Whitespider's gonna draw again. Goldie down to 3, Whitespider back up to 5, and it's a +2.
Wow, what are we looking at here? The game.
Wow, quick one there. Just under 2 minutes. Goldie's gonna go up 1-0 here on a really quick one. Goldie, I mean, obviously at the start it looks like you were a bit behind with the quick light switches, but you're able to quickly reverse it into a red. Got him in a bad spot and was able to capitalize it and kind of flip the script. Any thoughts on that first game? That was a relatively quick one, 1 minute 55 seconds.
Yeah, that was very interesting because from what we could tell, right? Goldie only had red left, so really, it was that was just on the number efficiency. If Whitespider had another green and probably played a different number, it could have went a whole different way. But yeah, it's just those little switches that make the difference. I mean, Whitespider can't do much about that, but it was still wasn't like a dominant win there. It's not like Goldie had a monster hand. Was just played well with what she was given.
Yeah, I mean, that game, besides that, besides the 3-bagger at the end there, I mean, just a bunch of doubles and a lot of numbers here. So that was played pretty straight. Didn't see a single wild or +4. Only saw the +2 at the end with the run. So seemed to be a relatively clean start there. But gonna read Goldie's comment, then get a comment from Whitespider. Whitespider really just kept switching the colors I needed at precisely the right time. Every switch he made happen when I needed to happen. It was all about the number of fish seen. I can't say I'm upset about it. Fair enough. Whitespider, I mean, you really took control of the pace early in the game, was really running it, and then you kind of got the rug pulled under you and really was stuck on the red there. Any thoughts on that one? You were on a good run, but I think that green 1 into the red 1 switch was really your undoing there.
Yeah, it definitely was because I had a green +2 and a yellow +2 and then some yellow number to play after that, so I would have been down to 1 card, forcing Goldie to pick up 6. I still would have had my red reverse, which would have been hard to get rid of, but would have been a much better position for sure. Well played by Goldie there to switch to red, though, so good game.
All right, fair enough. I mean, Whitespider on that roll was really close to getting that game wrapped up, but couldn't quite get it done. Again, still had that straight red reverse. So, but I mean, when that's the thing though, because in these early situations, you really are in a tough spot to try to figure out what the opponent has because there's really not a lot of information on the table. So it's really just a wild guess at that point to see what they have. So like if that play happens and you're on the yellow 6 Uno for Goldie, it's such a tough spot. And based on the fact they have 3 reds, if they got maybe a wild or something like that, not a +4, there's a very real possibility they could have switched to the wild red and that could have been the game there. So. It was a really good play. It was a really good play. They tried to sprint that from Whitespider, but unfortunately, uh, kind of got the switch there at the wrong time, and Goldie was able to take advantage there. But let's jump to game two here. Goldie still has the call. They just cannot pick 10. We'll give this one to not Short this time. So Short, take it away. Well.
He said he was going to stay muted.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah.
We'll just keep going to Yoshi then.
9 is the next call. Let's.
Apparently the game 1 had game 0. I might have gone one click too far, but that should be fixed now. But
yeah. All right, yeah. So we could be here for a quick finale if the way this is going, but
red 9.
Still a competitive match nonetheless. We got starting on another red. Different number though.
It's another red 6 thrown down here. It's 2 games where we've kind of started early with the red 6.
Yeah. Look, now Goldie's starting to switch this time around.
It's the second time we've had the switch on the 6. Going yellow. Hang on a second.
Yellow 3. Wow. So Goldie's. We're taking a reversing of roles here. Okay, Whitespider does not having it though. Is going for the switch. Pandora's is open right off the bat, but Goldie has gone a wild and is going to use it to go back to the yellow, which is a great move. Okay, draws again. Doesn't have the number.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's 2-0 early for Goldie. That's another short game. At the timer got a little iffy, so I don't know if that's exactly correct. At 124 might be a bit longer, but it's going to be another 1-minute game on the score sheet. Really, really good start for Goldie here early. I mean, because it just has mostly been running the numbers, but that wild there was kind of a big difference maker because really was just able to run on that and just had yellow to the end. So green switch. I think the blue switch was good for Whitespider, but I mean Goldie just had 5 yellows to end it off, so was really a tough situation for Whitespider. I mean Goldie. I don't know if there's really much to comment there. I mean, I think that wild definitely helped you out, just as able to get rid of the numbers you needed to get rid of, and from that point forward, was just able to run away with it. Again, I am seeing something on the stream. I just want to test one thing for a second.
I mean, so far what we've seen, Goldie has been pretty good at like getting.
I'm not sure what's going on with that.
And it goes to show that, I mean, it might just be a case of the cards she's dealt, but she seems to be pretty good at just finding the right time to stick to one color and hoping it sticks, because sometimes it's risky to go for that, to just keep it one color, and if your opponent has an answer, your plans can be quickly foiled. But I feel like it's a good balance between risk and playing it safe, where Goldie's just getting these reads on just Whitespider not having any answers, and I guess it could also be a case where Whitespider just hasn't had much to work with right now. Could be a sentiment that his early luck is coming back to bite him now, but I think this could also just be a case of the homestand where Goldie got the card start she wanted, and now it's going to be Whitespider's turn to turn it around.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick thing here because I am having a slight thing going on with the desktop audio. I'm just going to read the comments here from Goldie before we continue with that. But yeah, I've been getting pretty good hands. I think I made the right call with switching to the green 3 when I did. I was debating between sticking in yellow and going to green, but I think that was smarter. I mean, fair enough, but kind of just had a 4-bagger on the yellow, had the wild there to kind of get that secured switch. And at that point, I think Goldie just had it wrapped up there again. I think another good hand from Goldie was able to just make sure they played it right and was able to get the job done there. Okay, so the issue's not going, but it's not that loud. Okay. Whitespider, I mean, is there any comments there really? I mean, I think that was just kind of a tough game there in general. I would say that wasn't as much of a running it there as last game, but just seemed like he kind of got stuck on the yellow, and Goldie just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, not much to say. I didn't really have a chance in that one. Well played by Goldie to make that nice combo, but I didn't really have a chance to get in there. So just going to try to switch the pace up with my card start on this next game and hope for the best.
All right, fair enough. So we'll see what that card start ends up being as we jump into game 3. Possession arrow goes to Whitespider, and it's going to be a full send here. So might be going for a bit of a longer pace here.
This is where we could start going slower, which might be what Whitespider wants, because he did start to get better at longer games against Jav.
So let's throw the full send in here at this point, at least one of them, assuming I could find it. Well, no.
All right. Okay, have a change of pace of start, and it's going to be a blue. Now, we'll see what Whitespider is going for here. I feel like it's fair, right? Just go high. You rarely see Goldie go high at all. I think this could definitely go into the advantage of Whitespider if he gets this win. If not, then it's going to be tough, but you still need 5 games to win it. So being down 3-0, although it is pretty rough, it's definitely not over.
Okay.
But we run down the greens for now.
All right, so we were having a slight desktop issue, but I think it fixed itself, so we should be okay. Kind of just running the greens right now. Yeah, just keeps running the greens. I mean, we had an immediate switch off the blue to start, and it's just kind of been jolly green run. So
yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, 15 cards, but still, they've been keeping green for quite a while, and
yeah, I mean, this is the Clint Paradise, but just ended there. Goes with the red 3.
Should play into Whitespider's hand. Yep, red 2.
Nope, been no ammo yet, so I'm curious when that comes out. I mean, for Goldie, this ammo hasn't really been held for runs to the finish here. But
True,
obviously this early, you don't really know where the cards are laying. I think Goldie is getting those switches they need. That's a double red 2. Goldie keeps running the red though. This is straight up even right now.
I haven't seen too much of ammo being used in the mid section of the game. We might start seeing it here. Yeah, okay. That's an example, right? Look, where you might want to think about just giving cards to the opponent, maybe just during the middle rather than saving them all to the end. I mean, that's what Goldie's strategy is right now. I mean, I think it makes sense though. Oh wow, and we get a switch into blue. I do think that plays into Whitespider though, considering that triple play there.
So here comes the ammo. I mean, we're not going to get a skip on the red. Both got used. We'll see what Whitespider has in the blue. He does have a blue.
Gonna play it cool for now. Has to anticipate the run. Yeah, he has to anticipate something coming up. So really got to make sure he gets it. Okay, here we go. Does Whitespider steal it? No, he just tries to get out of blue, which could actually work well. But it depends if Goldie has a reverse, though.
No,
nice.
It's a stall there, so works out.
Yeah, I think that's what Whitespider's gonna. I mean, I'm sure he didn't have the option to do so in the last few games, but interesting switch.
Places the 7, gets a switch on the yellow. We'll see if Whitespider has any yellow, and this could be a costly switch from Goldie.
Oh yeah, I mean, with only 3 cards, it's really gonna be an interesting situation if he gets the finish. Ooh.
Oh, didn't get the call out. Oh, man.
And Goldie with the beautiful call out there. That was a quick type as well. I don't know if she had that already written down but what a call out there.
Okay, well, now it's kind of a little bit pedantic for Whitespider. We'll see what Goldie plays here, but Yellow 9. I'm wondering if that even was gonna matter anyways. No, it didn't seem to have the yellow anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, still good for Goldie though, because the fact that he didn't have uh now he has more cards and still doesn't have yellow. It's still a pretty big situation here.
Yeah, because I mean, White
What?
Spider's card count just keeps going up and up and up. So gets the wild
Okay. I
red.
was gonna say looking for the 3, but didn't even need it. He's going to the wild to get out of yellow
And
here,
now
and it's a great move.
Goldie has nothing on red now. Wow, this is a really big split on cards here.
Oh, here we
Reverse,
go though.
nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Places down the reverse here. Sees what's gonna happen. Not gonna take the bait.
Goldie definitely needs to switch, but is not getting it. I think I know what Goldie definitely needs, and Whitespider is doing well to avoid that color.
Oh, +4.
This is where the game could end. +4 on the blue.
And that's it. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, great draws to only have one blue number. I feel like if he had multiple blue numbers, Whitespider would definitely have known that was going to be a risk, considering um Goldie wanted blue, and we knew she had some blues to play, and we did, and I think it was just good draws for him to not have as much blues to then safely finish into it. So great stuff from him.
Yeah, I mean, we see there Goldie 12 number cards out of 15. I mean, this seems to be home paradise right now. Whitespider going up 2-1. Whitespider, I mean, you were definitely kind of going on the run there. Got the Uno, missed the call out there. I'm wondering if maybe that was possibly they just try to get a few more cards since he didn't really have the yellow to finish it off. Any thoughts on that one and how that last kind of draw city went for you?
Yeah, that was a pretty sloppy game for me. I'm not gonna lie. That missed Uno is definitely not intentional. Granted, if I did have a play for the next turn, I probably would have been a little bit more cautious. So it wasn't the worst thing I had to pick up. I ended up picking up 3 number cards, I believe. Ended up working out in my favor. Happy with the win. Wasn't too happy with my performance though, but hoping to keep the momentum on going into game 4.
All right, flip it over to Goldie here. I mean, you were running this 2-0, seemed to be blessed on the cards somewhat, but I think at this point now, didn't really seem to have a great starting hand. Was able to sort of run it a bit, but couldn't really end up closing it out. Any thoughts on this one? What you're looking forward to in this game 4? I do recall that we said it in the pregame that you really won the Final Four series from an away win. So, how important do you think these away wins are for you, especially with how this game's playing out so far? Yeah, to be honest, I didn't have much anything to work with, but it's a long series, so I'm just trucking along. All right. Any other comments? No, there were not. Okay. So gonna jump into game 4 here. We'll see how this goes. Yoshi, take the call. I believe it's only 15 off the table for Discord. Just
Yeah, Whitespider's going to type this up. So game 4, good win there, and yeah, of course, knows that the 15 worked and might as well stay high.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a fine strategy for Whitespider so far because he's seeing that this mid card package is not working. So goes high and starts with the red 3.
You know, it's definitely interesting because I think Whitespider can say that winning that game was definitely a good thing because gets away with being called out. Definitely not something you want to lose after being called out. I mean, it's not like he had the win set and done, but it was still a position he didn't want to be in. So has to make sure he gets the Uno next time. But still got a long way to go until then. The Reds. Oh, that's our third red start, but we're keeping it red for now. Switch. Could see our first switch coming up. Not yet though. Okay, short it's not here, but it's all good.
I mean, I will say you gotta remember from based off the start, we ran a lot of green at the beginning for the prior game too, so this is kind of a similar start. We're running the red. We see a quick double here. Whitespider creating some separation here. We'll see how Goldie responds to that, but it's just been running the red. And
Yeah, I guess the
plays
double
down to
play.
7. Gonna see what the play is from Whitespider here. It's a table check. 10 to 11.
Could be an early draw, but maybe Whitespider is gonna take a chance.
Gets the switch to
Okay,
yellow.
well, just has the 7. All right. Goldie should have something on this. Yep. Okay.
See what that's the thing I usually say with the color switch here. Usually after that first time we really see what some of these players do have on the color, and Whitespider's just gonna play a yellow 8. Again, just really cool gameplay right now. Not doing much. First ditto of the match.
Yeah. Okay. Haven't seen that in a little while there. Yellow 1. Whitespider looking to keep it going and
Draws.
doesn't have it.
Ditto into the draw there. That's going to be the first draw of the match. Goldie's going to be able to keep running yellow, and I mean, at this point, Whitespider needs to look for a switch here, because he is going to quickly rack up those cards here as Goldie keeps going down.
Yeah, I mean, if Goldie has more yellow, has more numbers in her hand, this is where more numbers can be to your advantage. Okay. I think, yeah, as I was saying, I feel like, in some situations, more numbers could be more to your advantage, especially if you start seeing, like, kind of weaknesses on your opponent's colors. So, if Goldie has the switch locked and loaded, she could definitely get it here while Whitespider's still drawing. We'll see. She's still has 7 cards to go. Yep, the switch is green.
It's a 2.5 card lead for Goldie here. I think this bails out Whitespider, but this is a good separation for Goldie right now. This is absolutely what she needs.
And keeps running it down. Wow. They're going quick,
really
though.
quick on the green here. 7 to 4.
Yeah, didn't want to go too quick. Wants to keep track of the cards.
Double up,
see a
closes the
double.
gap. Keeps playing. That's another 4, I believe.
Yeah, I mean...
And runs out. I mean, that double again. Double into draw. We'll see what Goldie has here. This could put them in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, this is just a big case of running numbers down, and Goldie doesn't seem to have that good of a hand, and she's doing well with it. Whitespider not having a favorable situation, just not. Yes.
This is game 4. Yes.
So
power plays a really early power play that just closed it up. I think this is gonna do it here. Wild blue. Whitespider's gonna draw. Draws.
Well,
and does it. Wow, 4-3-2. That's going to be 3-1 Goldie, but uses the power play there to end it off. I mean, good stuff there. I mean, Goldie, this is kind of getting close to the midway point of the series. Used the power play to get a win here. Go up 3-1. Got the first away win of the series also. Any thoughts on that? You won't have it for the rest of the series, but you did use it to secure the game there. So any comments on the use of the power play there?
Yeah, I mean, you need 5 to win. Use it on your 3rd win. Definitely not a bad idea there. I think the only way I think the big question is, would Whitespider have had something to switch out of blue if the power play was not used? Which then, that's going to depend on if the power play was really good or just okay, but something, because if Whitespider didn't have anything anyway, then her using the power play, it wouldn't have been the best idea, but I still feel like it's good to go up 3-1. I think that's fair.
Yeah, just reading Goldie's comments here. Yeah, I know it's a bit early for the power play, but I also had a strong feeling that if I switched to blue, Spider was going to throw some ammo down. Not when I only had 2 cards left at that point, so I just wanted to lock this one up. Fair had the. I mean, you had the wild blue, and I mean, if we're scrolling back for the most part, and you had the skip there, and then the wilds, but going through most of this game, this was a very number-heavy game, which was what we saw in game one. So, really able to just run it down on that. So great stuff there. I mean, 13 out of the 3 of the 14. No, I am miscounting this. 12 of the 14 cards were numbers here, so Goldie really able to run that down correctly. So great stuff to them. And yes, blue had not shown up. That was the last number to make an appearance in this matchup. Never had to switch back to a number. Also ran red, then yellow, then green, and then ended it off with the blue plays. So kind of a full match Pandora's right there. Whitespider obviously didn't get the win there, so you're down 3-1 going into Goldie's second homestand, but they don't have the power play anymore. What's the mindset going into these next few games here to try to even it up?
Yeah, the power play discrepancy is definitely nice. I can confirm, as much as I would like to lie and try to, make Goldie feel bad. There was a good power play. I had a blue +2 and a yellow +2.
Oh,
I
wow.
was ready to play them both, and I also she was dominating me on the yellows, and then switched at the perfect time because I just picked up that yellow +2, and I was ready to play it. So definitely got to say good timing on her gameplay in this one. Got to hope that my power play is enough to hopefully keep me in this match. But yeah, good game to you.
So confirmation right there. I mean, that was a good. That was Goldie thought correctly there. So got the game when there was a very real possibility they maybe wouldn't have had it in the first place. Yoshi, any thoughts on that one after that comment?
Yeah, I mean that's wow. Yeah, I mean it was hard to read. I think I think Goldie, that was just a case of given that blue has not been played, he could have just have a +2 or something. Like I can see the reasoning behind the logic there. Like it didn't seem like, based on the draws, I couldn't really tell if Whitespider had anything at all. But I mean, he did good to like kind of hide it, because maybe some people would have just not used the power play there, and then it would have been long. So it would have been long. The game would have lasted a lot long. Could have lasted a lot longer. So Goldie just maybe having a good read on Whitespider right now, um, or just really cared about getting the win and didn't want to take any chances. Still, well, yeah, I mean, in that case, just I mean, there's nothing wrong with that power play. Then it just shows that what's really going to come down to now is if she can keep this lead going as she's hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, with that comment, I think we're ready to jump into game number 5 here. Goldie gets the arrow back here, and I mean, we saw this in the Final Four, Game 6. Goldie got the away win. It was mostly home wins here, and then was able to win the last two. I'm wondering if maybe this could be the same thing possibly, and just a little earlier. Goes with 11 cards here, so again, staying around that mid pack. So I think that's really their area of comfort, and we're gonna start with the green 7, so not red, but we've been kind of running when we've had 2 high card starts, and then we kind of had mid. I think this is more upper mid here with the 11, but it's still relatively in the middle threshold. But we'll see what Goldie does here to start this game out. Another quick switch. I mean, we've seen that a few times where it's a switch off the start immediately. So in a way, we do get the red start there, but Goldie just running it quickly again. 2 down from Whitespider. We'll see.
Yeah, this the second game where the player immediately switches off with the first color, and Goldie's making some interesting moves this time around, switching back to green. Whitespider not going to have it. Wild yellow. That could be a big move, but it could also be a move to maybe confuse Goldie on what Whitespider has left. But he's running down the yellows for now as Goldie does the same. Will Goldie go for a switch? Nope. Okay. Plays it cool. We are running down the odd numbers at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
slight misplay there.
that's
It's gonna be a green
it.
+2. Goes 6 at +6
All
there. He
right.
goes to green. No.
Was
Uh,
probably
12 to 3.
yeah. Was probably worried about the fact that he used the wild right like that. So she's gonna decide to set him back quite a bit here, and I think that could work out pretty well. We'll see if Whitespider is gonna maybe. There's a few things Whitespider could do, but he's just gonna play it cool for now.
Shout
I
out to the
think,
bot.
yeah, that's just whatever. It was a good move. It was
The switch in
purely
the green,
defense.
and then nothing. Interesting.
Yeah, it was purely defensive. Ooh, off the draw.
Listen, I mean, if
Goldie
Goldie.
getting.
Sorry, I should keep going.
I don't know. I mean, I was just gonna say, Goldie getting good stuff off the draw right now. You know, if you're in a position like this, that's kind of where you want to be.
+4.
No
No
way.
way. Wow.
Hmm. So, what did Goldie get off the draw then? It might have actually been the +4. Oh my god.
Got the wild off the.
Oh
So,
my.
okay, so they held the green there. Interesting. Held the green 5, and on a blue 2. I mean, they could. I mean,
Oh,
that is a tough that is an interesting spot because they could have played the blue 2, they could have played the green 5, or they could have drawn there. They go for the draw, gets the +4, gets a bit fortunate there, and just gets it. I mean, 4-1 here. Goldie is one game away here from winning the June Gelato. 2 minutes
that's
47.
that's an insane top deck, Kevin. Oh my god. I Yeah, if you're White Spider, you just gotta take that. There's really, I don't know if he saved anything or not, but like, even if he did, I don't blame him for trying to be patient there. That's just crazy. I think if there's anything for White Spider to look forward to is that he does have the power play while Goldie does not, so he can guarantee a game here. He can guarantee another game win, or maybe try to save it to the end where if it does go to game 9 he has the advantage. There's a few ways to use it, but it's really going to come down to can he how many can he bring this back.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's kind of the thing. Also, like sometimes you got to play tricky on the cards here. I mean, had the green hold. I mean, obviously got very fortunate on the wild, but obviously after that play, you don't really expect the game to end after a draw and then playing a green 5. You would expect the green 5 to be a top deck, but again, playing tricky with the cards sometimes can go a long way. And I mean, Goldie definitely did that. Just reading their comments here. Neither side of playing the green or playing the blue too. Could have done a number of color stuff so we could next help me figure out how to connect into it, and that was it. So. Um, I mean, that's fair enough because he definitely did not have the connection there to close that. But as Goldie's White Spider, I mean, any comments on that? That just seemed like really unlucky there. I don't know if you had anything to necessarily counter that, but in my opinion, obviously had some luck on their side, but I think that was a good play with the green 5 hold. Just leaves no comment. Okay, well, I mean, with that, we'll jump into game 6 here. White Spider's got to win 4 straight here, which we've seen him do it before, twice, so not out of the realm of
Yeah.
possibility. And Gold doesn't have a power play either, so can't just power play and end it. So gonna have to run it clean to the finish. So Goldie has the call, just can't pick 11. We'll see what they go with.
Yeah, game 6 Goldie could be the last one if you get it done, but we are going 7.
This is the OG start here, and we start on the blue reverse here, so potential run to start the game. No,
No.
Goldie's just going to win the
Hey.
blue 3.
Yeah, crazy stuff from Goldie. I mean, just getting a little bit more lucky
No, ran
overall.
out of blue. And it's a
Okay.
double blue 6, so that's okay. Gets a blue 4. we've seen that may not necessarily be a top deck per se, but gets so okay.
Oh,
Wild's yellow, so
big
that might help. That might help Goldie because I don't know if they have any more blues. I think both players don't have blue, so we might just not run it back there for a while. No yellow either. It's
Oh
two
my
color, and
goodness.
it's a yellow 6 also. Whitespider was looking for the switch on definitely looking for the number efficiency there. The blue 4 kind of disrupted it, but has the wild also to play that down there. So this is a very tough spot for Goldie to start this game out. Just give it a second. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, wow. Interesting stuff right now. Goldie might have the tides turning a little bit here. Can
Double
only just
play.
double play.
Listen, brings it back a little bit, but
Whitespider might down to 2. We know what a how quick a double play could end, so it depends if Whitespider has it here.
I'd be curious what Goldie has here though. Also, I mean, we've only seen the blue and yellow so far, so nothing on red and green. And just I say that, there's the red here. We'll see what Whitespider has. This is a bit of a risky switch.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't
It
matter.
does not. Yeah,
All right.
had a feeling.
Yeah, I think Goldie was kind of not gonna win that no matter what they played there, unless it was like a +4. Oh, maybe they did have other cards, but went with the switch. It did not pay off. Oh, interesting. Could have
Oh wow.
would have had to do a draw there. So
I can see the understanding on that. Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. Whitespider gets one back. Another minute 55 game here. So kind of running in that range. Whitespider, I mean, any thoughts on that? You kind of just ran it quick early and was able to get the job in that one. That is one game back here. It's currently 4-2 now.
That's more like the Whitespider luck I'm used to from the early rounds of this tournament. I started off with the wild +4 and a wild, so definitely had a lot of control there. Um, Hoping to keep his momentum alive. Still have my power play. That's nice.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely has a few ways of using that. But okay. Slight disconnect on my OBS studio. I think we should be okay still though. I mean, Goldie, obviously not necessarily the game you were looking for, really. Didn't seem like you had you had a few options there, but not a lot of great end results there. But went with the red switch, didn't end up paying off. Could have gone with the +2 since a draw and risk it there to keep it going. But any thoughts on that game? You're still up 4-2 here, so you're still looking for that one game win, but you don't get a game 6. Is there a possibility you could find a game 7?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Whitespider definitely could feel more comfortable about that win because now he has the next 2 card starts, so there's definitely a lot a lot more control for him to potentially get it to game 9 and see where the final card start goes. But we'll see if this next card start helps him out here.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Still 4-2. Don't know if there's any way out of the game for just keep plugging along. Goes 15. I mean, Whitespider's going to go with that high card start. I think that's really, for him, what he's banking on at this point. Needs to win these games here. Cannot afford another loss. So just going to bank with the high card starts. I would expect if we have a game 8 here, he's going to go 14. But start on the red 8 here. Let me wait a few seconds. There we go. I think my headphones are acting up here, so I'm not sure if Yoshi's getting picked up. So just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Red 8. No, it's still not working. Ah, Jesus. Yellow 8 to switch to start off. I mean, both yellow 8s off the table here.
Oh,
There we go.
I was thinking Whitespider might have another 8, and he did. Goldie okay with that? Green 8 in his hand there.
All right, there we go. Just for that.
Goldie takes her time a little bit more here.
I mean, I think the thing with these 15 card starts here, really, especially if it's not heavy on the ammo, you're really looking for that first draw. Oh my god, I gotta turn this computer off. Hang on a second. It keeps trying to auto connect to a different source, but
Oh boy.
Yoshi, just take it over for a second.
Of being ahead. She really wants to make sure the right move is played here. This could go many two ways. And she could play it risky. She could just maybe try not to give too much away and just draw. Even if it's this early on, it's fair to think about these kinds of moves, especially when you've been through this series where it's just been all fast pace. Maybe it's time to think and stop and look at what you have and figure out what's the best course of action to keep. And she has to keep in mind that Whitespider does have the power play, so there are ways to, play around it when you don't have one and they do. So I think there's a lot that could give her the advantage in that, but obviously, with a lot of things going, it's going to be interesting. So Goldie finally decides to go for the switch into yellow, and Whitespider is going to play that cool. Goldie going to quickly respond there. We'll see if this is what she needs to maybe somehow finish the game, but no. Okay, we got Whitespider on the switch out of yellow. We go into red, which is interesting, but Goldie does have red, so it's not like she had a completely yellow hand. That would have been ridiculous. But we are tied on 9. Whitespider has the home advantage, and
Switch
what
back
a
to
switch!
green.
I
We'll
mean,
see what Goldie
you would
does.
think Goldie was there, but she has
Crossover
another
back to the
2.
red. Double red 2. Not ready to let go of it yet. Here, we'll see what Whitespider does. And runs
And
out
it
on
forces the
red.
draw.
Oh man, that's big. I was gonna make a comment here while I was trying to fix that slight audio issue. It's a big run here potentially.
Oh boy, I don't know how many cards are left.
6 to
6.
11.
Okay. All right. I think Whitespider's got to wait for the right moment if this truly is the
Yeah,
run.
okay,
Okay,
and
if
it's not
not,
the run to the ends there. So why is not to use the defensive power play? But again, we're getting close down to the wire. Has the blue and
so
also had 2 cards drawn to boot as well.
yeah, puts Whitespider down to. Puts Goldie down to 4. Whitespider just.
Ditto.
Wow, crazy ditto there, and
Oh, there's
there's
the
a good
green.
switch.
Another green look here.
What does Goldie have left though? Is she gonna go for a big move here?
+4. Power play. Goldie
But
has to
power
draw.
play.
Good use.
Goldie's gonna draw.
Draws. That's a good use. No more power plays for the rest of the series. Whitespider has to burn it to save himself.
Yeah, I think you had to there. Is Whitespider gonna try and just go for the immediate switch out of blue? Think that would be the most understandable move, but we'll see if you can maybe just find a way to stack Goldie's cards a bit, because we last time we've seen her down low, and even if she didn't have the finish,
Oh,
okay, well,
+4 the respawn
+4.
back there, so keeps the game going. Whitespider has burned the power play, but he is still alive here. I think that would have been it if he didn't use it.
And okay, and what we're looking at here is just a little bit of a closer game, but Goldie's still in the lead. We go into yellow. And
Draws
wow,
on yellow, even with 7.
that really messed up her plan there.
I mean, now
The yellow
Whitespider just runs
9.
it down at this point. Goldie obviously looking for a switch here. I feel like Goldie definitely wants to get back to the blue, but beyond that, we're going to have to figure out what she drew from those 4 cards and
That
also
was
that power play draw.
I mean, that is a smart number to play because I'm pretty sure both blue 9s have been played, so Goldie gonna have to think this one through now.
I mean, we could definitely see a switch to a different color here, but probably not going to go to the blue, which I think Goldie absolutely needs to get to at some point. Goes with the
Ooh, okay.
wilds, not blue, but goes red.
So the interesting thing here is, I mean, Goldie not in the best spot, but it can be more comfortable knowing that Whitespider did end up using a +4. So there's only 2 +4s left in the deck. I mean, of course, one of them could still have another, but it definitely takes away some of the ammo that that Whitespider had. And the green 0, that's big. But with the +4, Goldie might have green here.
Green skip.
Okay, green skip. And
Waiting.
yeah, she's at 6.
The 7
I mean,
minutes
she's at
there.
5.
It was a little off in the time. Yellow skip goes back to blue skip. Oh man,
Ooh.
does she end it or is it Uno here? Because
I
Whitespider used the power play, so he can't stop it.
no, just the what? That's a
Oh no,
crazy
I miscounted.
rainbow.
No, I miscounted that.
Yeah, Goldie's at
They were
2.
down to
Goldie's at
2,
2.
not 1. But
So that's crazy. So she basically did a rainbow, an
goes back to
artificial
the
one, I
red.
guess.
Oh, and the
Yeah,
+2
yeah. I mean,
holds.
come on now. What
Whitespider
six?
is not going down easy here. And the bot. Okay. And Goldie goes down to 2, and then quick switch to the
Oh,
red
okay.
here.
Gets the switch back.
Does Whitespider have anything on the red held? And he does.
Okay.
But for how long? And another switch back to the green.
Goldie's just gonna
We're
go
running 2
crazy
colors here at
now.
this point. And
But
Whitespider draws
it
on the
worked.
green.
The 9s are too much for Whitespider now. We've seen a lot of them played.
Oh, another
Oh
+6 for
God.
+6 thrown back.
How far
4
does
to
this
11.
go?
It's down to 2.
Quad. I mean, there's a lot of ammo already there, and I mean, now the question is, does Goldie still have more? That's what Whitespider has to think about right now, because all game she's been getting stuff.
This has been the longest game of the series so far. It only has the blue 0, but I don't think we get a switch off that. And that's it! It's over!
What?
Oh, man. Had the +4 to end it and the red skip. Let me add the clock to 9 because we had a slight issue with that. But that's it. Goldie wins the June Gelato. Goldie is locked into the D2 championship. Celebrations all around for Goldie. What an incredible turnaround from February to here at this point. Has the +4 to end it, and Goldie has won the match and has won the June Gelato. I mean, Goldie, what are the thoughts here? Did you ever think you were going to win this tournament from the start? And how are you feeling right now? You have both won the June Gelato, and you are officially going to be in the D2 championship. How are you feeling? Honestly, I did not think I had a shot at winning this tournament in the slightest. I was just hoping to make it out of the second round. Fair. So I'm very, very happy with my gameplay. I mean, definitely, that was the longest game of the series, so definitely ran it long to the end here. But Yoshi, any comment on that? I think you were about to say something.
Yeah, so what a finale. I mean, you would have liked it to be closer, but this could just be a case where, Whitespider got lucky all tournament and it unfortunately couldn't get it here. I think the luck started to turn back outside of his control, which you could say is just to bring it back to an even position where, Whitespider got a lot of wins, but the bot main maybe didn't want him to win the whole thing. Still, I think the wins that he got is still very, very impressive. I think that Final Four game was really, really good. That was almost a very even series throughout the entire way, and I think he can look back at that happy that he got to the finale, because I think that Final Four is something to be proud of. Relatively short time for the finale. I mean, it felt longer than it ended up being, but still, I think Whitespider did everything right. I think where he used the power play, to stop the win. Unfortunately, Goldie got another +4 somewhere. I feel like, that was the nail in the coffin, I feel.
Whitespider was a formidable opponent coming into that last match. I was terrified he was going to sweep, and I was going to have to contend with that. I mean, fair. Let's go to Whitespider here. Obviously, not the result you wanted here. Came up short 5-2, but I mean, honestly, what an incredible tournament for you. I mean, you were kind of just an afterthought in April, but you came into June here with vengeance and absolutely showed out and showed the way for the field. I mean, we've not seen anyone completely dominate their region like that with the full sweep here. So it's a very great run to look upon as you look to try to get a spot in the D2 championship, and also looking at Tournament 4. What are your thoughts on this run, on making it to the final, and what you take from all this, and how you're going to go along moving forward?
Yeah, definitely a disappointing ending for sure. Definitely well played to Goldie. I think Goldie for sure felt like the strongest opponent, and not even just in a results-oriented perspective. I had some earlier opponents who I thought were strong. I think a lot of people might have looked at my early run of sweeps and thought that it might have been luck. Definitely luck was involved for sure, but a lot of those games were for sure skill based. I had to make some tough decisions going into the Final Four. I think winning that proved to some people that it wasn't just luck, and that I was able to win in tough situations. This final was just kind of brutal overall. That Game 7 was definitely the most exciting. It was really fun. We both had some ammo overall. Even with my wild +4, some +2s, and power play, I wasn't able to do it against Goldie. Overall, definitely my main takeaway is that run I had in the beginning of the tournament was one of the most impressive things I could ask for. Definitely proud of Goldie for winning this one. Hopefully, I can still fight for promotion into Division 1. And yeah, that's about it. Great match to you, Goldie. Thank you for being a good opponent, and good luck getting into Division 1.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about spots in the D2 championship, obviously, Goldie has that one locked up here with a win. Whitespider is at 6-1, although one of them is a DQ win, but it still is relatively one of the highest compared to the rest of the field. And with only 4 tournaments, making it to the finale is a really good benchmark to try to make it there. Obviously, April wasn't anything to write home about, but a phenomenal performance here from Whitespider in June, and leaves in a really good spot here for Tournament 4. So we'll see how that goes for that. Again, Tournament 4 is going to be a major fight for players to both try to get in the LCQ, and then for players close to the top try to get into the field without having to go through it. So we'll see how that all plays out. Yoshi, I mean, gonna get your last comments here. I mean, I usually ask after every match to you if this was the way you thought it would play out, but I mean, I'm also going to throw on there after that, what are your overall thoughts on this tournament, and what are we looking at really when it comes to Tournament 4, and who could possibly win that one?
So this was definitely a match where I knew it was going to be competitive. I think with this game overall, I think they both played well. Goldie, I think, had more answers compared to Whitespider, which just gave her the edge. And I think that power play, and I think now looking back at it, that power play that Goldie used early on was probably just one of the best times she could have used the power play, given that the other games she won in a pretty good fashion, where she had a lot to work with. So I think you could look back at that and think that was just a great power play. Nothing you can really say more than that. And I think like sometimes you just gotta be not afraid to wait till the end to use it. I mean, obviously, if you're Whitespider, you probably do want to save it because that's yeah, no, it was definitely good the way. Yeah, no, I think that was a good power play. I think it was because from what we could tell, Goldie was still had a lot even after. So, but anyway, good power. I mean, I guess they both used the power play well. I can't say anything bad about him. It's just Goldie using it in game 3 was just a great time. Or no, game 4, it was great because uh, it put her in a lead where White Spider had a lot of trouble getting back into. So I think that's where she can really look into the D2 championship, and obviously she's still going to be here to compete in tournament 4 as the top seed guaranteed. So we're gonna see how she can handle that. But obviously, she can definitely look at the D2 championship more. Maybe in T4 maybe doesn't maybe has to think about maybe not revealing too much of her strategies and can maybe like hold back a little bit and then goes in the championship all ready to go. But obviously, what I think for Goldie could take away from this is uh yeah, just I think just keep using the power play when you think the time is right because I think that's where she shined the most here. We saw Alex do it before Goldie did, and Goldie did a great response in using the power play to win the game a few games after. I mean, I think she learned from Alex there to kind of use it in somewhere in the middle pack of the series to get it done. So that's going to help her a lot going into the championship. And then T4, we'll see how far she can get there as well. White Spider's great showing. So really just needs to look for a few more wins. And I think he probably doesn't even need to worry about LCQ. So really, really good spot he's in right now. But, he's still got to focus on getting into that championship. And then for this tournament, really interesting, right? Because we've had some rounds where it was mostly chalk and then some rounds where it was a lot of upsets. But overall, I think it came down to just who has improved from their losses in the past. And I think that's where a lot of people shined. We saw it with these two players. We saw it with Alex to an extent. Because he did go out first round and got to the final 4 in the next tournament, so he probably definitely learned well. And all 1 seeds kind of going out early. It was kind of a tournament of who has improved the most and who has and who took the opportunity to their opportunity to the fullest. So there's a lot going on this tournament where a lot of unexpected things happen. And I mean, you could kind of say that with like gelato flavors too. Like you might see some unexpected flavors in there. But I think this is a good tournament overall. We're closing out this store with a bang for sure. We'll see how tournament 4 goes, which is going to be the last regular tournament of this division.
Yeah, 100% Yoshi, and I mean, really gotta look forward to that one because there's gonna be a lot of stories going into this one. In every round, obviously the first few rounds gonna have to have a lot of people trying to get that 2-win threshold to make sure their season still stays alive for at least one more LCQ. Otherwise, their season's gonna be officially over, and then of course you have the later rounds where people are fighting to get into the D2 championship because obviously some of these players would be thankful to get the LCQ, but some of these other players would rather skip it and get out of it. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But with that said, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching, whether it was just this match or the entire June Gelato. Appreciate the support. We love showing these D2 players what they've got because a lot of them are going to be D1 players next year and definitely could be formidable opponents in that division next year. So going to be really exciting to see how that goes. But we'll be back with you for Tournament 4, the last regular season tournament of D2. We don't have the theme yet. We will let you know as soon as that gets announced. But until then, on behalf of Yoshi and my entire commission team, thank you all so much for watching the June Gelato. Congratulations to Goldie for winning the tournament and locking her spot up into the D2 championship. But until then, we will see you for Tournament 4. And have a great day, everyone. Peace.